Angry guy here, and men will let society collapse. Guys, if you're enjoying this content, please help get the channel to 100,000 subscribers by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Now let's begin. Men will let society collapse. This is a very important subject that I wanted to talk with you guys today because this is the reality that we now live in as men. It's amazing how women take men completely for granted. Let's check out this comment that this woman left on my video. She's actually a member of Gen Z because I've had, run-ins with her before. And, I talked about just, that modern women are only for physical intimacy with men today. That's it. Outside of physical intimacy, men should really not be getting married, having children, or getting deeply intertwined with women in Western society. She responds, "What city are y'all living in? Jesus Christ." So someone responded, "It really doesn't matter where you live. They're everywhere. In the US, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Dealing with modern women is more of a liability than any kind of boon." She responds by saying, "I'm pretty sure most of the women you're dealing with are from the cities. Lol, no, no woman I know is like that where I'm from. Just hard farm girls. But the women in my area don't need a man for much of anything." So I responded to her. I said, "Don't need a man for anything. Absolutely amazing, Abby. That statement is literally claiming that women are superior to men. Because the same guys who work on farms in those areas need men. The biggest, strongest men need men. The biggest, strongest man needs men. Men that pave the streets, rebuild and maintain the infrastructure, deliver our goods to stores, protect our streets, rescue us when we are in danger, keep the streets drivable, keep the power on, and ensure that every business/industry is open and operating at all times, regardless if women show up for work or take the day off. Your feminist roots really just showed themselves. You probably didn't mean to do it, but you just revealed that you are completely oblivious to what men contribute to society. I'm sure when their toilets and drains get clogged, those farm girls can fix it themselves. I'm sure when their roofs leak, they fix it themselves. I'm sure when machinery breaks down, they fix it themselves. I'm sure when there is someone trespassing on their property, they handle it entirely on their own. My gosh." She responds, of course, by saying, "Angry guy, actually, it's not, or else I would blatantly say that women don't men. Whatever. However, we women can do our work just as well without man there." Yeah, that's just Gen Z spelling at its best, bro. When I say they can't read or write, they can't read or write. However, we women can do our work just as well without men there. Lol, if I believed all that stuff, I would just blatantly say it. Say, oh God. I would just blatantly say, and honestly, it's kind of ignorant for you to assume that I don't know those things about men. Men colonized this country. Oh, yeah, we're colonizers. You're doing a lot of projecting. And honestly, this is the first time I've ever heard you sound this insecure. So immediately they try to shame you when you make a point. The moment you call them out for nonsense and for the things that they're saying and doing that are absolutely wrong, they try to shame you. Do you see how they operate? I work on a farm, and simply stated, I don't need help from anyone, including a man. See how bad they are? So, yes, it was very ignorant of you. Actually, women know what men are capable of and all the great things they've done. But if that's your initial response to a woman saying that she can do her work without a man, I think it really just goes to show how small your ego is. So, of course, guys, women are the ones who are egocentric. And the moment that you stand up for yourself and you stand up and say, "No, you're wrong and you're disrespectful," and you make a point, They can't take it, so they try to say that you are egocentric. Do you see how terrible these individuals absolutely are? I never claimed that men didn't do those things. And she laughs. I should just block her from the channel. I may very well end up doing that, but I wanted to share that with you. I wanted you guys to see just how terrible these individuals are, how miserable they are, and the kinds of lies that they tell, and the shaming language that they use to try to get their points across. These people don't like us. They absolutely don't like us. They could try to pass it off as though they do, they don't. Okay? And the very moment that we stand up for ourselves and we call them out on their nonsense, they immediately throw a hissy fit because they don't want to ever take accountability for the things that they've said and the things that they've done. This is the reason why we are living in this reality now. Modern women are happy with with the tyranny that they have created in Western society. It may suck, but the truth is that the juice just is not worth the squeeze. And you have women literally screaming and hollering on social media that they can't afford anything, and yet you have the women like this. They're trying to downplay everything. Like, no, it's not true. No, it's not true. We're living large and in charge.
I haven't posted anything in a while, but I have a quick little rant for you guys. A lot of people hit me up in my emails, in my Instagram DMs, like wherever, and they're like, "How much?" And I usually just ignore them. Why am I ignoring you? Because I can't talk about my prices anywhere else but at the club behind closed doors. It for some reason they have made like their laws about solicitation in Nevada like just really weird and stupid, and you could only discuss those things in private. Is it inconvenient, and does it make it harder for people that are like trying to like plan a trip out there and wanting to make sure that they're going to come in with an appropriate amount of money? Yes. But is it like the rule? Still yes. And also, I don't know you. If you're just hitting me up on the internet, I don't know you. I'm not going to do something that is illegal. That being, discussing my prices outside of, the set conditions with somebody that I don't know. You could literally be anybody, and I don't like getting in trouble. So, okay, thanks.
Guys, these are women. These women are just living off the simp economy. They are absolutely living off the simp economy. Like, this is how they are surviving right now. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Lonely fans leads to the streets, and the streets leads to lonely fans. It's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious, vicious cycle. And this is what most women are basically doing today to survive. Okay, they're messing around with lonely fans and only fools, and this is how they get by, living off the simp economy. I look at the statements from Abby, and they're absolutely disgusting. And I'm you know this and you have to become mentally tough, because that's how women operate. That's how they fight back. They come at you. They try to use shame to try to get you. This little girl will not shame me for standing up. This is, guys, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. And I'm polite. I'm really polite, because if she was dealing with one of those cornbread raised guys from down south, oh, they would set her straight. They would set her straight in an instance. I'm polite. I'm absolutely polite. Because some of these guys, she would never even want to. She would see them in person. She could never handle speaking to one of these men in person, because when they raised their voices, she would literally, her knees would buckle. Her knees would absolutely buckle. You know, Men are constantly controlling our anger, our frustration. We're constantly, lowering our tone. But these women seem to think that they can say anything that they want, do anything they want, and immediately go into shaming language when they don't get what they want. Because if anyone stands up to them, then you're a misogynist and you don't like women, and that makes you a danger to them. Like, guys, this is the reality we live in with these people. If you're enjoying this content, please help get this channel to 100,000 subscribers on our journey to 2 million by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Men will let society collapse. That is our topic. And guys, it's the honest to goodness truth. Men are done. Men are done. What do you guys think about everything we discussed here today? What do you think about Abby's comments and my response? I want to know your thoughts. Let's talk about them in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA. Been walking away and cheers.